Your lived reality will, in most cases, contradict truths that are based in deception. You live reality. Perfect example. If someone comes up to me and says, Isaiah, you know what? You should be a model. You should be a model. You are absolutely beautiful. I want you to model underwear for me. I want to hire you right now to model underwear. I'm going to respond with the following. I've been on this earth for 28 years. And not once before today, before this very moment, have I heard anything close to what you're talking about. Because in most cases, your lived reality tells you who and what you are. It can be off. It can be missing certain pieces of truth elements. But in most cases, your lived reality tells you your value in a given environment. It's not that they're wrong. It's not that they're lying. But a lot of times, you can see through deception or a lie if and when it occurs, mainly because you have your own lived reality to at least compare it to it. At least say, I've been on this earth for 28 years. I've never been called beautiful. It's never happened. I know the typical compliments I get. Raymond Isaiah does not get complimented and advised to go into modeling. It does not happen. I know where I rank. There is a hierarchy. It's the truth. And so for me to go in pursuit of anything that's not even closer remotely related to what I've been living, of course, there can be, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people just have low self-esteem. And it's one thing to have low self-esteem and to be drop dead beautiful, just, oh my God, you're off the charts. And, your self-esteem is off. That's one thing. But I don't have low self-esteem. Not at all. Not at all. So the point of that analogy is to kind of point to how it takes all your senses, all your perception tools, if you will, compare them. Sometimes that is a simple way to exposing deception. It's a simple way. A lot of times, a lot of foods we eat, the way it tastes, they're trying to tell us something. There's a lot of YouTube channels that will talk about how plants, you have vegans that say, plants are, that they're natural and they're perfect for the body. But then you must pause at the question of, why do I deal with inflammation? Why do I get constipation or diarrhea eating certain plants? Sometimes our lived reality is trying to tell you the truth, and we're pointing to concepts and belief systems that are the exact opposite. Which one do you believe? Who to trust? Cause and effect is a great teller of truths. Cause and effect. Do something, you get a result. I believe it's one of the laws of thermodynamics. I think it was the third law. Every action has a reaction. You do something, you get a response from the universe. It's how they turn in space, is that they blow air out of one direction, and the response force turns the vehicle that way. There's no air, so you have to use force in order to, anyway. A lot of us are ignoring the responses we're getting from the universe and saying, I'm gonna keep trying it. Obviously, the definition of insanity, I'm gonna keep trying this until it works. Well, if it's not working, try something else. Or at least stop what you're doing. Put the shovel down. You're digging yourself in a hole. Stop digging to get out of that hole. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to keep digging so I can get out the hole. What? Your reality, your lived reality, that's the purpose of history, is to tell you about your past victories and past failures. Why is it that we can be looking reality straight in the face and say, I'm going to keep doing this to get a different result, when historically There is no exceptions. And even exceptions don't disprove the rule. The purpose of precedent is to tell you what happens normally. The purpose of science is to tell you what occurs normally in the universe. On a normal day, the sun should rise. It should set at some point. It's going to rain if the sun is evaporating water. At some point, it's going to become a cloud. It's going to precipitate upon the earth. The water cycle continues normally. Under normal conditions, this is what occurs. In Alaska, when it's very, very cold, it does not snow. But when it warms up, gets closer to 32 degrees, it does snow. That's what happens normally. When I go into the ocean, that's where sharks live. So under normal circumstances, I should be expecting to see a fish of some kind out in the water. So in which case, I'm not surprised when I do see a shark, and I don't scream shark like I'm surprised to see one. That's where they live. A lot of our lived realities are trying to scream at us, this is not working. Do something else. Make a different decision. Make a different decision. A lot of people around us are telling us the same thing that does not match our lived reality. If I want a certain end result, and all the counsel from around you is telling you, hey, just do this and you'll get that. You do it, it doesn't work. You go back to that same person. That doesn't make sense. You're willingly being deceived. Why?